Alright, so hey, what's going on guys? Flogna here, and welcome to another video here. Today we're going to be going over which server is better, Mineplex or Hypixel. Now, I've put down some categories that I want to put it into like I did with the client video. So what we're going to be doing for this video, we're going to be going by community, staff, the game modes that it offers, the store, and the ease of playing the games on the server. So without further ado, I don't want to hold you for too long, so we're going to get right into it, starting off with Hypixel. So I'm going to start off with Hypixel like I said, but before we get to the ratings for each category that I listed, I want to go over some history with each server and explain some behind stuff that I think will help make you guys understand my scores a little bit more. So we're going to start off with that Hypixel is only on Java and is not on the Bedrock edition that I know of. Everywhere I've looked it said it's only on Java, and I think that's a smarter decision personally. Hypixel is also the largest Minecraft server in history since it has hit over 100,000 players. It's just going to keep going up because the server is more and more popular via all the YouTubers promoting and everything. They've paved the way for custom games like Bed Wars. That was the most iconic one they've made, and then they have other games like Sky Wars, Murder Mystery, and a bunch of other iconic games. They have so many game modes to appeal to such a large number of people around the globe, and they've even introduced certain versions of games like Skyblock. Instead of doing the same old Skyblock that you're used to on every server, they've added their own RPG kind of take onto it, where it gives somebody something else to do rather than just mining and making their island bigger and, you know, talking to players about how to do that, you know. So it's something crazy that they've done, and it's kind of cool. So getting onto the anti-cheat, Hypixel has Watchdog. Now, it's not perfect, but it is a network-wide anti-cheat. It has to have certain strings to not make certain game modes get you banned, basically. So in Sky Wars, there's different versions of the Sky Wars game, like the TNT jump ones. Like if you TNT jump, the server might think you're flying and ban you, so they have to put certain exceptions into everything to make sure the players don't get falsely banned. And that means that it can't be the best, but it does work pretty well. Tons of large YouTubers and content creators play and advertise this often. YouTubers like Technoblade, Dream, and Time Dio all play on this server, and it does bring their fan base over, and they do have very large channels, so it does bring a majority of people over to the server for anybody who is not subscribed to them from the server. Ranks are for cosmetic reasons only for the most part. There are very few things that ranks do that certain normal players can't do, like opening higher, like level 5 mystery boxes, but that's nothing crazy. That's just extra cosmetics. The builds are always really good on Hypixel. They always have a lot of detail, and I think that this will help give better scores in my book, at least, because I like little details all the time. It does make the server look very nice, and if you go around into each lobby, you can see different elements from the games itself put into the lobbies, and it does look really cool. Let's start with our Hypixel ratings. We're going to give players an 8 out of 10. Now, you can't count toxicity because you can never get rid of it. Toxicity is always going to be around. You just have to try to avoid it the best you can. A reason I give Hypixel such a high rating here is because if you talk in chat, you're gonna get a reply 99 times out of 100. You know, usually everybody's always talking in every lobby I've gone into. They're always having conversations, and they're always helping each other out. It's really nice. I'm gonna give staff 9 out of 10. Now, when you ask a staff member a question, they usually respond basically instantly, and they help you very quickly via the forums and emails. Recently, I had some questions about one of my tournaments because I do host my Bed Wars tournaments on Hypixel, and I had a question about the amount of players I can have in my party for private games, and they got back to me like that, so I was able to get my tournament ready. It was pretty great feedback and great time. If you watch YouTubers' videos, you can tell that the staff are very laid back and chill, and they do have a lot of fun with their job too. For games, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. They have a ton of amazing custom games like the Skyblock, Bed Wars, and everything. They all get constant updates all the time. Whether that's new cosmetics, new features, new whatever. One thing I do love about Hypixel is that the currency is not global. I think that's something cool because it gives you something more to work for in each game, and it makes it so that way you don't just unlock one thing and then it's over. You can get millions of items, basically, in my head. And then there's also no waiting before the games. You just go straight into a lobby and sit there before it starts. You don't sit around the hub doing nothing. For ease of play, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because the gameplay is easily done, but various modes like the Skyblock might be a little more confusing. I'm going to give it a little points off just because of that. But they do have different types of game modes for different types of games. Like Sky Wars, it does have normal version and insane version, which insane is for faster pace and normal is for slower pace. You know, it kind of just gives more players more options. For stores and donations, I'm going to give Hypixel a 9 out of 10 also. After the EULA update, it made them change everything. So basically, whenever you get a rank now, I don't know if it was like this before, but now whenever you get a rank, you get deductions based on what rank you currently are. So say I have VIP plus, whenever I go to buy the next rank upgrade, it's going to be cheaper. It's kind of great because it does save you money. The only reason it's not a 10 on my list is because that little thing with mystery boxes, you do have to donate for higher up ranks just to get the mystery boxes open. I think you shouldn't need to do that, but I mean, it's so small and it's just a cosmetic thing, so who cares? Alright, getting into the Mineplex side of everything now. Mineplex was founded in 2013 just like Hypixel was, and Mineplex is one of the oldest networks out there, and it's still holding its own even if their numbers still aren't that high. One major issue I found with Mineplex is that the development team did split in half once they were able to make a Bedrock Edition server, and I think that might have hurt the network more than it helped it. I know more people now play the Bedrock Edition more than the Java Edition, because the Java Edition now averages about 600 to 1,000 players daily, while the Bedrock Edition does average around 3,000. Mineplex did have to merge with Better MC at the beginning of its life just to get even larger than it was, and then large YouTubers like Captain Sparkles were on the leadership team, giving more input from the community to the development teams and stuff, and helping the game modes become better. One of the downfalls from Mineplex is that in 2017, one of the largest members of the ownership team did resign. Chiss was recognized everywhere. Even I knew who he was, and I didn't keep up with anything Mineplex. I just knew who he was, and I think once he disappeared, it was more downhill from there. I don't know why he left or anything like that. I don't know what happened, but from my eyes, I think that's one of the main reasons it went downhill, other than them splitting up the development team. Mineplex is a founder of original minigame concepts like Dragon Escape, Mixed Arcade, The Bridges, and many, many more. It's open paths for other servers to take inspiration from them and make their own twists on games. One thing I do really like about Mineplex is that 3 ranks can open private servers, 3 ranks, Legend, Titan, and Eternal, and the subscription-based one, Immortal, can even open MPS's Mineplex private servers, and they can play any game of their choice by joining the player's private server. They have their own operator kind of system in there, so it's kind of cool. Especially as time has gone on, the community has gotten friendlier, especially because the numbers have decreased. It's more weeded out, all of the more toxic people. It's more friendly there. So for my ratings, I'm going to give the players a 6 out of 10. The only reason I'm going to say that it's that low is basically because whenever I join Mineplex, I don't feel like people talk that much in chat. Whenever we sit in there and play games, like there's not much communication, nothing's going on. But when I play Hypixel, I do feel like more people talk more often. That might just be a me thing, I'm not sure, but that's what I see. For staff, I'm going to give it the same rating as Hypixel, 9 out of 10. They all do a great job. They're very active on the forums that I've noticed, and they do help every player that does need help. For games, I'm going to give them a 6 out of 10, and that's only because they split the development team in half, meaning most of the games on the Java Edition haven't had the best updates and aren't getting updated as frequently as they should, meaning that the games are kind of outdated, and I think personally that just makes it so it's not as fun. For ease of play, I gave them an 8 out of 10. It's slightly less here because the compass here is more complex than the one on Hypixel. Now when you compare the two side by side, the Hypixel one's a little more cleaner compared to the Mineplex one, while the Mineplex one shows more stuff including your stats. I feel like I don't need to see my stats with the games I want to play. It just makes it more, like, I want to say it's more claustrophobic kind of. For stores and donations, I give them an 8 out of 10. The store is a little more confusing than the Hypixel store in my opinion. I had to search around in this area that I never would have seen before just to find a better price from just to upgrade my rank. Here we have some interviews from some players that do play both servers and have played both servers, and now let's get into the first one with Tsteddy. Alright, so we've got Tsteddy here. So Mr. Tristan, I've got some questions for you about Mineplex versus Hypixel. You ready?
Oh yeah, I'm very glad to answer them.
Alright, so I wanted to ask you really quick, which one between Hypixel and Mineplex do you prefer and why?
Well, I enjoy both servers. Mineplex has nano games, which I enjoy very much. They also have speed builders, which I also enjoy because it is a good game. And I am not really down for PvP much because I'm not a good player at PvP. So I'd probably choose Mineplex over Hypixel because I already have a rank on Mineplex and it's not as popular as Hypixel, and it just gets infested with like little 12-year-olds that are just really extremely annoying in the chat, and there are less hackers in Mineplex, so I think I would choose Mineplex. But in Hypixel's defense, they also have Bed Wars, which is probably the best game they have on Hypixel, but Mineplex's version, which is Cake Wars, it just doesn't par up with Bed Wars, because Bed Wars is just a classic, and it gets me going, you know. So but Hypixel banned me on my main account, and because they believe that my account wasn't secure enough, because my main account got hacked from someone in Norway, and they didn't believe it was me, and because the person in Norway actually hacked my account, and they logged into Hypixel with my account and hacked and got me banned, and they didn't believe it was me. So that's why I use an alt account now. Let's hope Hypixel doesn't see this and ban me on my alt account. I hope they don't know that I'm actually and yeah, Hypixel's moderation is dog compared to Mineplex, because with Mineplex I actually get a good answer and they actually understand who I am. So, not who I am. I'm not coming out. Yeah, I believe the staff on Mineplex has a bigger heart than Hypixel, because they are just demons. So yeah, but Hypixel does have a larger selection of games, I must admit, and there's always players you can play with 24/7. While Mineplex doesn't have that high of a player count, but it still has a good place in my heart, because I've been playing Mineplex for the past, I don't know, 6 years. So yeah, I'd choose Mineplex.
Okay, and then I think you kind of answered this, but would you buy a rank on either of these servers?
Mineplex, well, it depends on who you are. For me, Mineplex, I feel like I get a lot more out of it, because it's cool. Hypixel, I do not believe in monthly subscriptions, because I feel like you gotta be a total loser. Nah, you need to keep this PG. I'm kind of biased here, because I already purchased a rank on Mineplex, Eternal, and on Hypixel, the ranks are okay. I don't know how much you get out of it, but I feel like there's more of like a leveling based system in Mineplex, and it might be better in Mineplex. I don't know, but yeah, oh, that doesn't relate to the question. But yeah, I think Mineplex has you get more out of your purchase with a rank on Mineplex than Hypixel.
All right. Well, thanks Tsteddy for the interview. Do you want to plug any socials?
Yeah, follow me on TikTok, Tsteddy. Follow my YouTube. Also, just look up Tsteddy. And my Instagram.
So my first question for you today is: do you prefer Mineplex or Hypixel, and why?
Hypixel.
Okay, and then why?
Because, well, Mineplex was fun in like the first like few years of Minecraft, but then they never really did anything else, you know.
Yeah, they never updated, right?
Well, I don't know. They have like the three main modes that like most people played when it first came out, like the kit PvP and the skyblock and everything. But then that's like all they did.
Right.
And then Hypixel got the whole Bed Wars thing going, and Mineplex copied it.
It's true. That did happen. And then
So I don't know. They don't really have anything that like. They have a lot of like various things to do, but not like one good thing that everybody wants to do. It's just like they just kind of bombed a bunch of modes out, and then people can play whatever. But Hypixel has like the three like main really good ones that people want to go to.
Right. And then my final question for you here is: would you ever buy a rank on either server?
Probably not.
It's valid. You want to plug any socials over there? So, my personal verdict here is I think Hypixel might be a better place to spend most of your time. See, I am a player of both Hypixel and Mineplex, having very high ranks on both. I have Titan on Mineplex and MVP Plus, and sometimes MVP Plus on Hypixel. I've played both a lot. Even to this day, I've played both of them for a majority of my time on Minecraft. They are both very good servers. Mineplex is still a great server. It's just I think they need a lot more work done than Hypixel does. the game modes on Mineplex are slightly outdated, and with the more PvP intense community that is Minecraft now, game modes like Dragon Escape, while fun, they aren't really something that the community is looking for. They want more action-based game modes. I think more game modes like Bed Wars, Sky Wars, Duels, and other PvP-based games like that are on Hypixel are what people want nowadays, and everybody's more competitive than they were back in 2015, making it more popular. But both servers are really great. Don't get me wrong. I love them both. Hypixel, I think, is just a better place to spend your days and grind more. Even if you don't have friends to play with that often, Hypixel has a very friendly community in my eyes that has a lot of people willing to open a party and play with you. Alright, and that's going to end off this video right here, so I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I want to know what you guys think by leaving a comment down below. Tell me which one you guys like better, Hypixel or Mineplex, and which ones you play the most and why. And yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I go, moo. Moo. Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I'm a cow. I go, moo. Alright, you should change for Nudo just on.